In the world of football, stats don't care about your feelings. We delve deep to uncover the truth. So deep, we're in the basement. Brought to you by two friends, your hosts, Brandon Rogozinski and Noah Massio. Welcome to Takes from the Basement.
Welcome back to Takes from the Basement. I'm your host, Brandon Rogozinski, joined by
Noah Massio. What's up, everybody?
What's going on? It's Saturday around 4 o'clock. We are ready to talk football with y'all.
Coming at you from Bristol, Connecticut, home of ESPN.
Home of ESPN. Let it sink in.
Know what else we're the home of? Lake Compounds.
Lake Compound's a great water park if you're ever interested in going there. But let's not get distracted now.
I know, I'm missing that summertime weather. It was so cold this week. We had like one nice day. Everything else has been so cold.
It's coming, Noah.
I can't wait for the nice weather.
It's coming.
Softball,
next week we're gonna get in the
going camping.
We're gonna get in the 50s and 60s.
I know, and I can't wait.
And that's exciting for
us.
Makes
me wish I wasn't working second shift, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Get rid of that New England snow that we're common for.
Yeah. Slowly but surely, it's been dwindling away, melting on the side of the road.
Oh, yeah, man. I hate the snow. You know, who wants to go snow blow their driveway before work?
Who wants to shovel? I'm 25 and feel like I got the back of a 60-year-old.
Oof. Well, you're hurting for a 25-year-old.
I am. I'm out of shape, and I don't take good care of myself. But one thing I have been doing is paying attention to what's going on in football. I mean, this offseason, it's just slowly climbing again, better and better. I could already tell, like, by next week especially, there's just going to be so many things happening.
They're saying it's going to be a record offseason with the cap cuts and everything else going on.
The free agent class, we talk about it so much on the show. I'm so excited to see where everybody's landing.
Oh, man, it's going to be...
Trade talk. You have all these big trade talks now of players you thought, there's no way that this person can get traded.
No fucking way, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm really excited. But we did have a big week already this week, and we're going to talk about that right now.
J.J. Watt is signing with the Arizona Cardinals. This news came out just after we recorded our episode on Sunday.
He couldn't just do it a little bit earlier? Come on.
I know. Come on, J.J. I blame you for this.
Hey,
anyways,
that's all. He was just enjoying his weekend. Wait till Monday to make a business decision.
Wait till Monday because the weekend's time to relax. Anyways, J.J. Watt is going to the Arizona Cardinals. He signs a 2-year deal, $31 million, with $23 million guaranteed.
Damn.
How do you feel about that, Noah?
Good for him. I personally, and I'm pretty sure you were on the same page with me, we both thought that he was going to go to the Steelers, be with both of his brothers.
As we all wanted to see.
But I do really think it's interesting to see him reunite with Hop. He even said he wanted to go to a team that had a quarterback he thought was good enough to win games. I agree with him. I think Kyler Murray can be that guy. I was a big doubter of him at first, and then he proved me wrong very quickly. Yeah. One thing I just don't like... the number situation.
Yeah, so J.J. Watt is taking over Marshall Goldberg's number 99.
Retired by the organization. I mean, this guy is a Cardinals legend, a World War II veteran. And I get it. His daughter, good for her. She said, we don't have a problem with it. If you want to wear number 99, you can. And he just went ahead and just, okay. If I were him, I'd say, wow, it means a lot to me that you would offer me that. But out of respect for your father and the Cardinals organization and the fans who've been watching the Cardinals their whole lives, I'm going to respectfully decline and take a different number out of respect. He didn't. I think he put himself... It's okay that he put himself first to get the money. $23 million guaranteed on a $31 million 2-year contract. Good for him. He's getting the bag. But come on, man. At some point, you get over yourself.
Listen, J.J. Watt is a great player on the defensive side of the ball. So... basically, J.J. Watt, there was somebody in the family who reached out to J.J. Watt prior to this whole number discussion, and they said, you know what, J.J., we're going to let you be number 99. We want you to represent Marshall Goldberg. So what better reasoning to stay your number 99 and represent a new organization, the Arizona Cardinals?
I think it's a matter of respect, and he lacks it. I think Was number 98 not available? 91? Come on, you need 99? Come on.
He needs 99.
My favorite defensive end number, 69. Shout out Jared Allen.
Let's not get to that Jared Allen talk. J.J. Watt. So this guy is a class act of a professional athlete. He handles his business accordingly.
Yep.
He made sure this was not going to be an issue for the Goldberg family, and they granted him access to that number 99. So you know what? Marshall Goldberg might not be around anymore, but J.J. Watt's still around. So let J.J. Watt take control. You know what I mean, Noah?
I think you may have just changed my mind.
Did I?
Fuck it. Yeah. All right, I'm on board.
I know, it's tough to beat my argument right now.
You know what I think we're going to have to do? I think we're going to have to buy some J.J. Watt Cardinals jerseys to rock on the fucking show now.
Shout out to Mike Shinicki, the Cardinal fan of ours.
Shout out J.J. Watt. And shout out Marshall Goldberg, most of all. And veterans. Support the troops.
Absolutely. We love the troops. Thank you for all that you do. And we can't be more supportive of that, you know?
Facts. Know a lot of people who are in the services.
Yes.
Appreciate all of them.
Hey, I'm not out there fighting for our country.
No.
And I know you aren't.
I wouldn't even make it through boot camp.
No, it's a hell of an act.
B, I'm undisciplined. C, I'd get homesick. I'd miss my girlfriend. I'd miss my dog.
Listen, Noah.
I'd miss my town.
Enjoy your life, kid. We got others protecting our country.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what this is all about. Marshall Goldberg, thank you for your services. And J.J. Watt, I hope you represent that number 99 like it's your fucking best friend.
The only thing that concerns me is with his injury history. You're going through all these lengths to give him a lot of money and give him this unretired number. If he has an injured season or an unproductive season, it just looks like it was all for naught.
Fair enough, but you know what? J.J. Watt's 31 years old. I get it where you're coming from, whereas his production might not be what it used to be. But you know what? I think he has a few years left in the tank to really give his absolute best. I know he's battled through injuries. J.J. Watt is a fucking warrior through all. And you know what? You know what, Noah? J.J. Watt went to a team where he felt comfortable. He said, you know what? DeAndre Hopkins, my former teammates over there, as he tweeted.
Hopkins said, let's get this bag.
He said, let's finish what we started, Noah.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
I'm paraphrasing. I'm saying, let's get this bag. JJ, come on. I'm your boy. Trust me. Now that you're away from the Texans organization, dude, trust me. I've been over here for a year. Dude, it's fucking sick. Come on over. Let's do something.
Yeah, let's get this fucking bag, he said. You know what?
I hope Kenny and Drake resign.
You have a
too.
talent.
I want the Cardinals to be good. Let's go.
You have a talented quarterback. Kyler Murray.
Yep.
This guy has shown he's willing to grow and expand his game. Kyler Murray is a talented quarterback. If I would put him in the top 5 in the league.
Oh.
We are now getting to the cuts that have been recently accumulated over the league.
No cuts, no butts, no coconuts, but wait, there are cuts.
Let's shake to that. Anyways, Golden Tate has been released from the Giants. And you know what? There's teams rumored to be interested in his services. We have the Packers, the Ravens, and the Rams rumored to be interested in Golden Tate. How do you feel about that, Noah?
I think Golden Tate could still produce at an elite level. I mean, you looked at his Giant stats for 2 seasons, only about 1,000 yards and I think maybe 8 touchdowns. But I don't put that on him. I kind of just put that on the Giants. They're just been an ugly, ugly offense for a while.
Yes.
I think the Rams are probably the least likely for him to sign with.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah. I think the Ravens are interesting. That could happen. I think if I'm him, though, because Golden Tate, I mean, he is a disrespectful bastard. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. I could see him signing with the Packers, finally getting just the most elite quarterback he's ever seen. and he's going to dominate his former team, the Lions. He's going to keep dominating the other teams in that division he was dominating when he was on the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
When he played the Vikings, there was a time he had an overtime touchdown where he did like a front flip in the end zone. I mean, he was always the one player on the Lions I was afraid of, other than Calvin Johnson, obviously, but I'm talking more recently. So I think him signing with the Packers is the most probable, and if I'm him, that's what I'm going to do.
I love that take from you, Noah. That is awesome for our podcast.
I get it right once in a while.
I agree 100%. Golden Tate, out of those 3 teams, the Packers would be a perfect fit. You know what? Bring that wide receiver to
fit like
win.
a glove, a receiver glove that he would use to just catch ball after ball from Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, the guy who makes nobodies in the Pro Bowlers. Remember James Jones when he was like the top receiver on the Packers, Pro Bowl receiver? He ends up getting cut, goes to the Raiders, gets cut because he didn't do nothing, could not produce.
Yeah.
Goes back to the Packers. His first game back had 3 touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers makes he makes mediocre receivers good, and he makes good receivers great.
It all goes back to it. Your quarterback play is so important to the wide receiver position. You have a good quarterback, you can make anything happen. And why not Golden Tate in a Packers uniform? I expect nothing else than that. That is something to be discussed. We'll see what happens with Golden Tate.
We might as well just break the news ourselves because I don't see it going any other way.
Let's break that news.
You heard it here first on March 6th. Is today the 6th? On March 6th, 2021, Golden Tate has signed with the Green Bay Packers. You heard that from us first.
We'll put that on Takes from the Basement.
Takes from the Basement, baby. And then who else we got cut?
So we have a couple other guys. Kyle Rudolph, a fan favorite of yours.
Yep.
What do you have to say about him?
Man of the Year nominee multiple times with the Vikings. He's done so much for just the Minnesota community. I don't know one fan who's happy he's gone. I mean, I get it. We have Irv Smith Jr., but we all love and respect Kyle Rudolph. Even if you're not a Vikings fan, I mean, this dude, he's awesome. I'm glad that, especially in recent memory, he was able to have that overtime touchdown against the Saints. We were at Buffalo Wild Wings watching that. We'll have to find that video and clip that up on here. That was I was ecstatic.
We all had a picture of ourselves staring at the screen so intensely, like what's going to happen next. Kyle Rudolph, man, you're a great Viking.
Jump ball. Ooh.
Yes, going back to that. I mean, Kyle Rudolph, you're a legend for the Vikings.
And you know what team I heard he's rumored to go to?
What team is that?
The New England Patriots.
New England Patriots.
I think that's a good fit. I think Bill Belichick's going to love having this guy in his offense.
If they can make it happen, Kyle Rudolph would seemingly be an upgrade at the tight end position for the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
Who have, second-year players. They did draft a couple of tight ends last season at the position, but
they've always loved having good tight ends, too.
What better than a guy who knows how to play football, and that's Kyle Rudolph.
Yeah. I think the only reason his numbers didn't look super great the past 2 years is because the Vikings finally had a quarterback who could throw it to wide receivers consistently, Kirk Cousins.
Yes, Kirk Cousins, man, you are a legend for the Vikings. You are the best thing that's ever happened. Let's not get too carried away here.
Now. All right, well, how about we talk about your other favorite quarterback of all time? Alexander Smith.
Oh, yes, Alexander Smith. So this was quite shocking to me to see Alex Smith cut by the Redskins. And after further evaluation, we have discovered Alex Smith actually wanted his release from the Redskins.
We were getting ready to roast the football team.
100% we were. We were not on board with that
And
cut.
then we got the full details. He requested the cut, and we said, all right, yeah, we can respect that.
And so going into that, Alex Smith requested his release. So that makes me think he has another job lined up someplace else. Whereas the other way around, I wouldn't feel so confident about that happening for Alex Smith because he's 36 years old. Granted, he has 199 passing touchdowns.
Let's see him hit 200.
Let's see that. But where will we see that at 36 years old after coming off a gruesome leg injury?
They thought he would never walk again.
No, absolutely. That was definitely in question. But you know what? Alex Smith proved the doubters wrong. He came back for Washington. He led them to a playoff contention type of team.
I'll tell you what, I don't think any team in the NFC East should have been in the playoffs. None of them deserved it, but I also do like I like how that works. I like how, there has to be a division winner in each one. And I'll tell you why, too. I mean, even going back to why Alex Smith was cut, they just re-signed Taylor Heineke, gave him an extension.
They did.
And I'll tell you what, no matter how deserving or undeserving the Washington football team was of making it to the playoffs, I'm going to tell you something. Yeah. Taylor Heineke, the new guy, which is probably why Alex Smith stepped away. He said, hey, this is going to be this guy's time, at least in my eyes. Taylor Heineke came the closest to beating Tom Brady and the Buccaneers in the playoffs. Closer than Aaron Rodgers, closer than Drew Brees, closer than Patrick freaking Mahomes. Taylor Heineke got the closest. Close don't count for nothing but horseshoes and hand grenades. I get that. But it counts for something. Because nobody was expecting it to even be a close game. I mean, It was a 9-point deficit, but up until the end, anything could have happened.
So who knows what Alex Smith was capable of doing in that game. All we know is he was ruled out, probably because of his leg, as he's battled. But you know what? Alex Smith was the guy to go to. And you know what? They had no other choice than to put Taylor Heineke in, because who else did they have? They didn't have Dwayne Haskins. They released him prior to this.
Yep.
And you know what? Taylor Heineke, you're the next guy in line.
I'm rooting for him.
Step right up.
I'm rooting for him. I would like to see the football team, led by Taylor Heineke, take over that division for the future.
It's a crazy division. Every year it's competitive, and you know what? There's never a team to have a 500 record. Sadly enough.
Rogo, we also had a couple retired players.
We did have a couple retired
signing
players.
One-day contracts with their former team, the same team, the Carolina Panthers.
How classy.
We had Thomas Davis, 3-time Pro Bowler, 1-time All-Pro, 3 ACL tears that he overcame to become one of the best linebackers in Panthers franchise history.
What a great sign of perseverance for Thomas Davis to overcome those injuries and battle through it. There's nothing better than that.
Yeah, love to see an underdog story and comeback stories.
I can't imagine having a torn ACL. How many times?
3 times.
3?
3 times.
3
Coming back
times.
to finish with 1,200 career tackles.
Yes, what a stat.
Yep, over a dozen interceptions, 29 sacks.
What a freaking career for Thomas Davis.
I think, very noble to sign that 1-day contract. And you know who else did?
Another guy.
Greg Olsen.
Who had something along the lines of 742 yards, 60 touchdowns. I fucked that up.
742 catches?
I want to say it might be 742 catches. Yeah.
Over 700 catches. How many touchdowns?
60 touchdowns for Greg Olsen. And you know what? As a tight end, that's immaculate. Greg Olsen made a name for himself in his career with the Panthers.
He did, absolutely. I remember getting him in fantasy one year, and it was a delight. I'm a big fan of Greg Olsen.
Back when Cam Newton was at the helm, right?
Yeah.
Good old
so
Cam.
Maybe we see the Panthers maybe draft a tight end or draft a new linebacker. Well, I'll tell you what. Coming up is the NFL draft. It is so close we could almost taste it. And we're going to have a lot of coverage. And we're going to be introducing you to one of our very close friends, Ethan Magri. He's a draft guru. He's going to be streaming on our channel as well, doing Madden rebuilds. He lives for this stuff. His mock drafts are top-notch. They are top of the line. His mock drafts make other mock drafts look like jock straps. Let's put it that way. And I'm really excited for you guys to hear this. I know you're going to really enjoy it, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, I can't wait. Noah, my boy Ethan Magri is going to be on our show, and he can't wait to tell you all his opinion of the NFL draft.
I saw his recent top 10 ranking, and I'm not even a big college football fan. I'm about to start being a big college football fan. So I saw this mock draft. I said, wow, the top 10 ranking, this guy's on to something.
Yeah, dude. I mean, we aren't so familiar with the college level, but you know what? We have guys that are, and they're going to fucking tell you how it is.
Oh, yeah.
They know all about it.
I got a question.
Yeah.
You like money?
I love money.
I love money, too.
Who doesn't?
How do you like about $1.3 million
Oof, that's a hell of a lot of money.
See, I'm looking over there. I see you got a couple totes full of baseball cards, but there's a football card that is recently sold for the highest a football card has ever sold. It was our boy Tom Brady's rookie card.
Fucking
On the
Brady.
New England Patriots now on the Bucks. $1.3 million. Can you imagine? I mean, as a kid, man, there was no better feeling than ripping open that nice plastic, getting a nice whiff of that new card smell.
Oh, man, as a kid growing up, my grandpa, he is no longer around, but he would always have me open up his cards. He would buy for me, and I'd alphabetically order them, and it was great.
It was always fun finding different ways to organize them. Like, you go by team, by alphabetical order, like you're saying. It was a really, really fun hobby. I mean, there's, especially with card collecting, there's something for everybody. Pokemon cards,
100%.
baseball cards, football cards, Dragon Ball Z cards. Shout out to our guy, Carlos Perez. I know he loves his Dragon Ball Z cards.
Yeah.
It's kind of giving me an idea, though. I think we should do a separate video at some point where we do a couple box breaks of some football cards.
I'd love to get into that at some point on our show. You know, right now we're just trying to cover the NFL, but at some point when we get better at all of this, we will dive into those football cards.
And who knows, maybe if we get some good cards, we'll do some giveaways. Who knows?
Hey.
I guess you guys just have to keep watching it.
You got to stay tuned, everybody.
Cool.
You know what? You know what? That's a big hobby of many people is collecting cards.
I'm just thinking about it. I want to rip open a pack right now.
Oh, man, I wish I had a pack in my hand right now, but it's empty, so.
Empty. Check your pockets.
Oh,
Nothing?
gosh, no luck here. No luck.
Damn.
Nothing.
Likewise. We're going to have to hit up Target or something.
We'll make this happen on a future episode. I hope you guys will enjoy that, and I know there's people have been asking about us opening packs, and you know what? We'll make it happen for you. You just stay tuned and just wait and see what you find out on our show.
Some paninis. Some paninis.
Ooh, panini.
I want to rip open a big booster blaster box of paninis.
Yes.
I want to rip open those packs. I want to give them a little flick before I open them. I want to shake it to my ear. I want to feel how dense those packages are. I want to rip it open and slowly pull card after card after a hit. A big one, too. Ooh! Best feeling. Come on.
What better than gambling on some football cards?
It's fun. I mean, fun for all ages, too. I mean, my mom's boyfriend, I looked at his baseball card collection. Oh, my God. Just boxes on boxes on boxes. I bet he has a lot of gems in there, too. But, you know, it's not about, for a lot of people, it's not about trying to resell them for a profit. It's about just the love of the hobby, cards. So I think we should do that. I was just saying about how much I like that new card smell. You know what's a little bit better than that? The smell of a freshly cut lawn. And you can get that from my guy, AJP. That's right.
Yeah.
AJP Landscaping is a company that's happily serving Farmington, Connecticut, and all surrounding towns. We live in Bristol. We get his services.
Yes.
He's offering landscaping maintenance and general landscaping. If you're interested, contact Anthony Palmsano at 860-478-7162 or visit him at facebook.com/AJPlandscape for more details. Once again, that phone number is 860-478-7162.
So Big Ben Roethlisberger is coming back to the Steelers, as we know. He's taking a contract hit to save the team $5 million. He'll be making $14 million this coming season.
Yeah, and I respect it. You know, I mean, we were kind of expecting this. And he's a team first guy, especially he's already gotten a ton of money. I mean, even just that contract he just signed last year is pretty huge. He knows he's kind of running out of time.
Mm-hmm.
This year, they looked solid. He's saying, all right, this might be my last chance. Here, take, what was it, like $5 million?
Yeah, $5 million.
Take $5 million. Let's try to restructure someone else, maybe sign somebody else. Let's get to it. Let's get it done this year.
Yeah, so it's interesting to see what they're going to do with all the money they've been saving. They've already reworked a few players' contracts, so they're getting ready for the offseason big time. I think they're going to try to go all in for Ben this last season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Try to get him one more Super Bowl before he goes out.
Yeah, and with Tom Brady leaving the AFC this past season, I mean, now he's just terrorizing the NFC. But, I mean, the only team that really is in his way dominantly is the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I also saw today that Big Ben Roethlisberger will break a record, being his 18th season on the same team
Wow.
coming up is an NFL record. So that's
Wow, it's kind of
crazy to
that.
think about. Yeah. 18 years, he's been there his whole career, and that's,
2 Super Bowl wins, 3 Super Bowl appearances. He's shooting for 4.
He's a great quarterback. He is.
Oh, he is.
You know?
And he can still get done.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to this coming season with him there.
Now that we're on the topic of quarterbacks, I want to cover a quarterback we were talking a little bit about last week, and of course, we're going over to the NFC West to talk about our guy, Russell Wilson. Not happy. There was rumors of him wanting to trade. Seemed so unlikely, but you know what? Maybe it's starting to come to fruition. And I think that we've heard that his most potential landing spot is the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, he likes the coach, Matt Nagy, over there in Chicago, and the good offensive line, apparently.
Oh, man, he's probably just like sitting in his bed just looking at a picture of the Chicago offensive line saying, man, I dream of this. This is what I want. I need some protection.
Yeah. Russell Wilson, I mean, I don't see a trade happening still, but it's definitely something to monitor as we get closer to the draft and free agency. So
yeah, because I mean, a move like that you'd kind of expect to happen before the draft.
Yes.
That way, Seattle could get in some draft picks as part of a trade, I'd assume.
It's going to take
and
a
also
haul.
This way they could start to plan like, oh, okay, we're not going to have our guy anymore. We need to do something in the draft to get a new guy. Because I don't know if their backup's going to be the guy.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't really see a trade happening personally, and if it does, I'd probably be very surprised.
Well, with a lot of these players, especially these days, you hear, oh, this player, there's rumors he might want to trade, but it's highly unlikely. And then we always end up seeing it happen. Not always, but it's not surprising to see it happen. And that brings us to another guy. They're saying, oh, we're not going to be trading this guy, but we're open to taking calls. And I'm talking about our guy, Sam Darnold on the Jets.
Yeah, Sam Darnold.
Now, I have some theories about these.
Yeah.
Because we've got some news in the past couple days that Jimmy Garoppolo, the Patriots have their eyes on Jimmy Garoppolo again. They want to trade for him.
Yes.
They already had him and traded him. I know Bill Belichick hated that. He wanted him to be the next guy. Somewhere along the line, somebody told him no. Probably Robert Kraft said, no, you can't have Jimmy Garoppolo. Get rid of him. We still got Tom Brady. Now you look, the first year without Tom Brady, the Patriots offense looked terrible. So I think Robert Kraft is finally giving in, saying, you know what? All right, let's try to make something happen and get Jimmy Garoppolo. What are your thoughts?
Well, don't forget, I know the Patriots, they have a system, and they like to have familiar faces running the offense.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, you know, there's a free agent out there by the name of Jacoby Brissett also, who was a Patriot recently.
Yep.
So, I mean, that could be something to watch. And you know what? If Jimmy G gets traded from the Niners, what are the Niners going to do at quarterback? Do they start to rebuild? What do they do? I just don't know.
I can't picture Nick Mullins being the starting quarterback for an entire season.
No, I don't think he's capable of completing a full season, you know?
But then again, neither is Jimmy Garoppolo just because of their injuries.
Hey, everybody gets injured from time to time.
I want to bring this segment full circle, all right? So, the Patriots want Jimmy Garoppolo back.
Yep.
The Jets are potentially shopping Sam Darnold. I think, especially with the news breaking that the Patriots want Garoppolo, the Jets are going to say, you know what? This is our chance. Let's talk to San Francisco. Let's make a trade happen in which we get Jimmy Garoppolo. Because, I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo, if I'm him and I had to choose between the two, yeah, I get it. But also, at the same time, that's the team that traded you. The Patriots traded you.
True.
Why not go to a division rival and make them pay for trading you for years to come? Why not? Especially the Jets, their new coach. He looks like a good guy.
Yeah.
They're in the process of rebuilding. They do have key players. I mean, they just needed to get Adam Gase out of that building.
Oh, thank God he's gone.
Yeah.
But you know what? Last week on the show, you were crying Deshaun Watson to the Jets.
I was crying Deshaun
and
Watson
here you
to
are
the Jets, yep.
saying Jimmy G might be a good fit for them.
Any quarterback who's going to move anywhere, I want them to go to the Jets right now. Hey, Russell Wilson. Hey, who knows?
It's up in the air right now. There's going to be a lot happening. Jimmy G on the Jets, I don't know if that's going to be something doable.
I mean, yeah, especially because the Jets have the number 2 overall pick in the draft. They're assumed to take a quarterback.
Yes.
But if they're able to trade and get Jimmy Garoppolo, heck, maybe if they could even get in contention to get Russell Wilson, that number 2 draft pick, that's huge for trade value.
Huge.
And I'd assume that would have to be included if they're going to get a big-name guy.
Yeah, so they're definitely going to take a quarterback with the number 2 pick if they aren't able to land another quarterback. because I don't see them keeping Darnold. So, yeah, we'll see.
Imagine they trade Sam Darnold and the second overall pick to Seattle for Russell Wilson.
I think you still need more than that if you're Seattle.
Well, with the number 2 overall pick, maybe if they don't like Sam Darnold, they could use that pick on a quarterback. Or if they believe in Darnold, use that number 2 pick on a piece to put around him.
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens. So much speculation, so many things that could happen. Obviously, we're just making predictions, but...
Yeah, it's what we do on this show.
Yep. And with that brings us to this week's Pick a Bone segment. And Rogo, this week, we got a guy trying to pick a bone with both of us. He didn't like what we had to say about Carson Wentz last week. We got a guy named Patrick Kennedy, a.k.a. the King of Queens, coming for our necks, saying that we're giving too much credit to Carson Wentz for technically having a Super Bowl ring, and saying that when we personally said that if he never got injured, it would have been the same results. I think that because the Eagles were a really good team, but he doesn't like that we said that. What are your thoughts?
So last week I was defending Carson Wentz getting his number for the Indianapolis Colts, and I had brought up that this guy led his team to a Super Bowl.
In essence.
Yeah. Obviously, he didn't play in the Super Bowl. Nick Foles did. He got the job done, but Carson Wentz was able to win and guide them there.
Yeah.
And so for that, I give him credit. I give him credit for that.
They were the number 1 seed because of Carson Wentz. Had the first round bye. Obviously, after Carson Wentz went down, everybody was ruling the Eagles out, and that's where they got the whole underdog mentality. So maybe that could play a part in it. But Carson Wentz that season, even with missing the last 2 games due to the season-ending injury, he set a franchise record for touchdowns.
He did.
And then in the playoffs, they barely squeaked by the Falcons. I remember at the end of that game, the Falcons were one Julio Jones end zone catch away from them advancing to the championship game.
Poor Dirty Birds.
Poor Dirty Birds. Can never get done. But, so, I mean, with that being said, I think if Carson Wentz was in there, at least that game would have been a little less lopsided. Or a little more lopsided. I think they would have beat the Falcons handily. Then against the Vikings choked on the road and lost 38-3 or 37-3. I still think with Carson Wentz, that wouldn't really have changed. I mean, the Eagles' defense was just playing awesome. And then the Super Bowl, they did have to do some stuff, but I don't know. Sorry.
I'm going to tell you what, this season for Carson Wentz will be a big season. And I think, Patrick, you're going to look back at this and you're going to regret picking a bone with us. Because Carson Wentz is coming in hot with a new team. And I'm telling you, he has the chance to be a top 10 quarterback this season.
Ooh, now that is a Rogo bold take of the week.
Very bold.
Carson Wentz as a top 10 quarterback.
Yep.
Wow. You're pretty confident. I'm going to throw my money on you, though. I like that.
You like that?
All right.
On this show, we love seeing barriers being broken down and history being made.
Absolutely, and we got to see that this week. We're going to give our weekly shout-out to Maya Shaka, becoming the first black female referee in NFL history. It's going to be opening up doors for future women and anybody of any color, honestly. If you got the credentials and you work hard enough, you can get it done, and I think it is awesome to see.
Congratulations to Maya Shaka becoming the first black female ref in the NFL.
Can't wait to see you.
We're excited to see what she brings to the table.
Can't wait to see you on the turf. We'll be watching from the basement. You got it, girl. And you know what? I think it's about time we wrap it up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
That's all for today, guys. This has been Takes from the Basement. If you haven't already, subscribe, click the bell if you're watching on YouTube. Follow us on our socials. Links will be in the bio. Rogo, want to say anything?
I just want to thank everybody for once again tuning in. And you know what? Keep watching us. We're going to freaking bring it all to you.
And you know, today's episode has been a bit crazy. We were a little drunk.
Ugh.
This is actually this part of the video. If you compare this to the video at the beginning, this is actually a 2-day period. You can tell his hair looks different. You could tell I just have a slight different glow going on about me. It's because I'm sober. This actually just took 2 days. And by the time you hear this, it could be 2 days from now because I have to edit all this. Oh. And man, it's going to be a freaking ride.
That's okay.
And that's okay. This is going to be a fun ride. This was a fun episode. And hey, maybe the fans will want to see more of us drunk. I don't know. But we just want you guys to keep coming back, hanging out with us. Cellar dwellers down in the basement. Thank you very much. We'll see you
Thanks
next
from
week.
the basement, everybody.
Thank you for tuning in to Takes from the Basement with Brandon Rogozinski and Noah Massio. See you next week.